Hey there, kids. I miss you. I haven't seen you in a while, at least a couple of weeks, and it's looking like it's going to be a little while longer. I know that this was supposed to have been the Friday at the start of spring break, and that you all had things you planned to do. Some of you were going to go away. Some of you were just going to enjoy not having to do a whole lot, or you're going to go to the Boys and Girls Club and play at Kid Stop with your friends, and all those plans have been thrown for a loop now. And I know that that's upsetting. I had things I was going to do. I still had to be at work, but I had things I was going to do differently, and I had to give those up. And at a time like this, we miss those things. I'm upset that I don't get to do the things that I wanted to, and I know that my girls are missing things that they were supposed to have done this week, or were supposed to do the week after break, things they were going to do at school together. And that feeling when you lose something like that, we call that grieving. When you've lost something, that, whether it's a thing, it's a person, or something you were going to do, that's grieving. And that's okay to feel that way. A lot of us feel that way. A lot of us grown-ups feel that way right now. This is also a time when you might be scared. The news of the virus that's going around is frightening. And that can be scary. And also, the grown-ups around you might be frightened of what's going on. And I know my parents did a really good job of not acting afraid around me, but once in a while, I could tell they were afraid of something. And that always made me nervous, too. And times like this, grown-ups in your life might be nervous about what's going on, and that can be scary. It's okay to be scared of what's happening. There are all kinds of things you can do. None of them are going to just make it magically go away, but when you're scared, you can draw, you can paint. I used to love to watch Mr. Rogers, and I remember him advising me to pound some clay. I always thought that made no sense until I got really mad and hit some Play-Doh really hard a couple times, and that was actually pretty good. So those are things you can do. Make a picture of what you wish you were doing instead of being stuck in your house or someplace fun that you could be otherwise. Know that all of us are dealing with the same thing. All the grown-ups and all the kids are dealing with the same thing. And we're all looking forward to when we can see each other again. Most importantly, know that Jesus is with you. Jesus loves us and never leaves us. And Jesus is here even in times like these. One way we can remember that Jesus is with us is by remembering our baptism. I was baptized, and I don't remember being baptized. I was about 6 weeks old. But I know that whenever I baptize somebody as a pastor, I get my hands wet and I splash water on their head. Sometimes they're babies, sometimes they're bigger kids, sometimes they're adults. Anytime you get some water on your head, you can remember that you are baptized, and you can remember that in baptism, Jesus says, I love you. You are my sibling, my little brother, my little sister. You are my little one who's in my family. I love you, and nothing can separate the two of us. That's what Jesus says to us in baptism. I want you, during your time that would have been spring break, to remember your baptism. Whenever you're washing your hands, whenever you have to take a shower or a bath, whenever you take a shampoo and wash your head, remember, I am baptized. The water falling over me is Jesus promising me that he is with me. We're all depending on each other during this time, and we're all depending on God during this time. I want you to remember that God is with you. I look forward to seeing any artwork you come up with, any great ideas you come up with, ways that you manage to take your mind off of what's going on. And remember your baptisms. And if your parents give you permission, you can splash them and help them remember theirs too. I miss you, and I can't wait to see you guys again. Hopefully, won't be soon enough.